I've put myself under a strut. That's weird. I've put myself under a strut. Really like there, but not there. So it's really tricky. Oh well. I just noticed that just to start recording. Hello everyone and welcome to episode 375 of 10 o'clock, where we're half in girders. Girders in the ceiling.
I don't even know what girder you're talking about. I can't see a girder.
Oh, right. You know in the Lasette at the back, on the side of the relic, you know where the relic is?
Yeah.
I'm literally right a bit forward from there, right next to where the sentinel is hovering.
Yeah.
And I put the camera underneath that, so it's like quite low hanging. But then I've got my Discord thing like inside that, but I can still see it. So that's like impossible geometry. Okay. It's amazing. I'm breaking the walls of physics here, but that's what we do on 10 o'clock. And this is episode 375 of 10 o'clock. I feel that's a good number, 375, but I don't know why. Don't know what's special about that number, but it makes me feel good. Hello, everyone. I am MDRLOz. This is Xeno, and we're going to mumble for a bit about Warframe, like we do.
Just like we do.
Just like we do. It's just me and Xeno again this week. We're not going to be having guests at the moment, I'm afraid, just continuing for now because of the lockdowns and everything. Yeah. I hope everyone, wherever you are safe and doing well in the lockdowns of the continuing year to year. Yeah, endless lockdowns.
The big thing when it comes down to the lockdowns is it's a huge hindrance on getting the episodes to Loz, which means having guests on is really difficult because the episodes just become so much longer. And my 70 kilobytes per second upload takes forever. Hilariously, one of my colleagues at work, she's currently transferring 14 years worth of files from Dropbox to Google Drive. She thought it would only take her 3 days. It has currently taken her 5 weeks. She's still working at it. I completely feel for her. I really do.
How much?
She has fiber. She has a fiber internet connection.
No,
I don't know. I don't know the actual
the size.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well, I feel for them. I hope no one else is having issues with internets and things, because the internet is the life of everything right now in Lockdown City.
Yeah.
Lockdown. But anyway, Warframe continues. Warframe continues.
So, moving on to the same thing we do every week, which is the emblems for this week.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes. Okay. Oh, yeah, they're over there now. Oh. Well, it has to be yours. I'm just too much of a... Unless, what does that say?
Oh, it's... Clem Cult Clan. He still wins. He is subtly rocking back and forth, trying not to shake his headset loose and drop it on the floor, smashing his Valve Index. They're very expensive, don't you know? So as he's shaking backwards and forwards, he has to make sure he's holding it firmly. Otherwise, it could come off, and then we'd hear a caterwauling as it cuts out, and we will lose Loz entirely. So not only will he lose his face, but he will lose his entire existence, and we'll have to go back to... you don't have a webcam anymore, do you?
I do.
You do? Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought we had a comment earlier in the week saying that you got rid of the webcam, but no, you said you didn't use the webcam either. Well, that was it.
I was going to give it to you.
Yeah.
But we didn't in the end. No, I need that for Lappet.
Yeah.
No, but emblems were a mistake. Yeah, emblems mistake. just let's move on.
Right.
No, let's move on.
However, if you wish to win 75 platinum for your platform of choice, please enter in. So go to the description below, where you'll see the polls for this week's episode. Enter in your details, fill in the poll, and you'll have a chance of winning 75 platinum for your platform of choice. Blah 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 blah.
Blah blah blah.
Right.
I need to get my hip thing.
Cool. Moving on. Dojo Dusting.
Dusting.
Only one piece of Dojo Dusting news this week. So it's been requested that we actually do the review of fan-made enemy concepts. So we're going to deadline this for episode 380. So you will have... Actually, here's a question to you. I should have asked you this beforehand. Sorry, Loz. But do you think a week is enough time, or do you want 2 weeks to review? It depends on how many we can get, really.
Depends how many we get. We'll say that we'll do it in 1 week, but maybe we'll do 1 week and then we'll pick the 3 best, and then maybe we'll have a guest the week after, and then on that episode we'll get the guest to pick the final winner.
Yeah, potentially. Okay, we'll do that. So you'll have up until the release of episode 379, right? Not inclusive of that week. So you'll have 4 episodes worth of time in order to actually get us your submissions, and then we will go through them. And yep, there will be a Google form in the description below for your submissions. There are character limits on each concept. You'll be allowed to submit. How many should we let them submit? 1?
1.
1, right. So you can only submit 1 concept, so have a think about it. Don't worry about going into too much detail. Make sure that you're succinct. We don't know how many of these we're going to get. If we end up with, I don't know, thesis-worthy concept designs, we're not going to be able to get through them because...
I will summarize them down. Don't worry about that.
No, but my point. So there is going to be a character limit. Because we just don't know how many people we're going to get to respond. It will be a healthy limit.
Do you remember what our last I can remember of last community creation project thing competition was?
Yes, it was the scripts for Michelle and Bebe stuff, which ended up with me asking people to write scripts for Quality Frame Squad, and Loz is rubbing his microphone, which is what that noise was. And but Quality Frame Squad along... Oh god, I just don't have the time. I wish I had the time. And the internet, for fuck's sake. Right, so moving on. That's it for Dojo Dusting. And now we're going to bring the new segment that Loz has asked for, which is This Week in Warframe. So the first...
This Week in Warframe.
This is heavily inspired...
Cephalon Squared rubbed off on me. They do their jingles.
This is heavily inspired by Cephalon Squared. If you...
I listen to their podcast. Yeah, no, not inspired by, but no, I listen to their podcast, and they just... I do feel it's one thing that we lack is that we just focus so much on the topics. We don't go, hey, by the way, because no, we do get some people who listen they listen to us, but when they get burnt out from the game and they're not playing Warframe at the moment, but this way they can at least stay in better contact with the game.
Anyway, so if you guys have any suggestions for names for This Week in Warframe, you know, a 10 o'clock themed name or what, you know, something that's unique to us, please feel free to add them into the comments below. Say like, oh, I think you should call This Week in Warframe bleh. Not literally bleh, but you get the point. So, however, This Week in Warframe, there was an announcement.
Placeholder.
There was an announcement earlier today. The first dev stream of 2021 is slated for Friday, the 29th of January.
Yeah.
And in addition to that, it was made an announcement on the forums.
Should have got you to put the little image up. That would have been good. I'll remember next time.
Image?
From the forums.
But no one's going to read, and I'll just read it.
No, there's an image of the what's his name, Warframe, the new Warframe that's going to be. And it says Dev Stream 151, January 29th at 2 p.m. You know, that would have looked good on the screen. We're still improving, guys. We're still improving.
The other important news is that the dev streams are going to be monthly, right? Yeah. No longer are they going to be fortnightly. They are going to be monthly instead. I kind of think that is for the best, because like, how many months has it been where they've struggled to do even one dev stream in a month, and then they do like several in a row, and then nothing can, you know. So I think having the consistency of just monthly is better for them. Right.
Okay, but I do want to make a thing that if they want to do, I'm glad for this change, because it's like, originally one of the key things that got me playing Warframe and sticking with it was these 2-week dev streams. So they're getting rid of that. I'm a bit sad from that, but they're moving to a system which is much easier for them, which is you're going from 24 a year in theory down to 12, but that gives them 4 weeks to get some work done, focus on that, and then when they bring stuff to show, it should be in a more complete state. And I think it should hopefully help them to temper when they're showing stuff and the promises it might be, because I feel they would get to the point where they promise things too early because they showed it on a dev stream.
How did you work out 24? How many weeks are in a year?
I just went on months in a year rather than weeks.
I noticed.
I'll tell you why, though I didn't think of this, though I could excusably say this now and say I counted in holidays. But that would be too clever, and I'm too late for that. Yeah. I didn't think I counted months, not
I know,
weeks. Yeah, but in the end, it really was at maximum. I think about 24 in a year, most, because they get holiday weeks and things. But
anyway,
yeah, but no, what was I going to say? No, I think it was it.
The other thing to tack on to what Loz is saying, if they're going to be monthly instead of fortnightly, I would like to see the quality of dev stream from yesteryear when it was fortnightly, instead of having oh, we haven't got anything to show you yet, oh, we haven't got anything to show you yet. Like, that's I think important to have, because if it becomes monthly and then I don't know, the month of February is just such a non-event, like I'd rather just not have the dev stream.
Yes, I don't want them to reduce the amount of dev streams, but then have the odd dev stream, which, there was always sometimes those filler dev streams, like just when something had come out and all they were really doing was just playing the new content with us.
Yeah.
Or when they were like, clearly they didn't really have anything meaty, so they just threw the sound people on. And I like the sound people, and some of those sound dev streams were really cool, but sometimes they were just like, everyone was like, there's these bugs that need addressing, or when's this coming? And they're like, hey, let's look at the art team and how they designed the symbols for the Warframe powers. And everyone's like, this needs addressing, please. So I mean, if they do have the teams on, which I don't want to lose getting all those different aspects of the game, but it's got to have content, I think.
So moving on for this week in Warframe, the PC version of Orphix Venom has received a few hotfixes. These are primarily to reduce faults, bugs, exploits, things like that. Some of the exploits I have like, geez, how do people come up with these, right? And currently the console version of Orphix Venom is still in progress. And then the last part of this week in Warframe, which I was personally asked to add this, is Reb hit MR30 during the course of this week.
Yeah. We haven't. Have you hit MR30?
No, not yet. I don't even know if I could do it without the K drives, and there's like, hell, I'm gonna bloody level up the K drives. But I gotta be honest, like, I'm not. I think I've been burnt out from Warframe for a while, and it's I think the lack of camaraderie, because even the content creators have taken a big back seat in terms of Warframe. Like, I asked content creators, do you want to be on Arbiters or something like that? Many of them are now turning around. I was like, no, I don't want to be on anything Warframe related, which I find quite shocking. But at the same time, I can... Sorry, no, correction. It's more because they're no longer engaging with Warframe content. Yeah? Sorry, that it's not that they think Warframe's dead or anything. It's a case of, oh, no, I'm playing Genshin Impact. I don't know what's going on in Warframe. Or I'm playing the Cyberpunk 2077. I don't know what's going on in Warframe. So when they have those scenarios, it's like they feel that it's really difficult to contribute to an Arbiters. So, again, that's why. But I'm finding more and more content creators are of that mindset right now. Anyway.
Right.
So I'm feeling a bit of a burnout as well. I've got no drive to get to MR30, but is what it is. Right, let's move on to... What's the next thing we do? Oh, it's the topic.
Topics.
It's the topic now. We're going to move on to the topic. The topic for this week is... Oh, God, what have I done? What? Oh, okay, so that's now a thing. Awesome. Right, so the topic for this week is the Lich system isn't a solid enough foundation and should be worked on before the addition of Corpus Liches. Right?
Right.
Acquiring a Lich... What?
So keep going.
Right.
Is it that?
Acquiring a Lich is done by pressing the action button after waiting a couple of minutes in Cassini, where probably most liches are born due to their consistent regularity. You have to go out of your way to acquire what was supposed to be a random enemy turned nemesis, which turned out to be a placeholder spawn lich button in a gimp suit with a gun icon. Okay. Whilst developers have buffed the rate at which you farm murmurs, which I have no problem with, the manner in which you do it suffers the same problems as lich acquisition. Murmur grind is its own mission. Murmur grind is its own mission and must be done in slightly harder missions, which have, again, regular star chart rewards. I understand wanting to keep hard enemies away from low-level missions, except now they don't. Wolf of Saturn, Glass Resonance... I'm not quite sure. Okay. I'm confused. Okay, whatever. Lich's Blend...
I understand wanting to keep hard enemies away from low-level missions, except now they don't. Wolf of Saturn, Glass Resonance. I assume they spawn on low-level missions is what they're implying.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're mini-bosses, if anything.
Yeah.
Right. Liches blend with the background, both scenery and enemies. Too much to appear as baddies, as big baddies.
Big baddies.
Some current common scenarios. Players going months without liches because they have to go out of their way to get one. Players go months with the same lich because murmur grind is boring and there isn't a big enough incentive. Players speedrunning liches for their favorite weapon, and they're abandoning the system entirely, or
either abandoning the system entirely.
Okay, sorry, either abandoning the system entirely or trying their luck with the ephemeras. Go to two if they're failing to get that 20% spawn chance.
Go to 2 if they... Players going months with the same lich because murmur grinding is boring and there isn't enough incentive, I assume. Means they're going back to that. Right. I do feel for this because the current event has really reinvigorated myself with Warframe. I am loving my necromech, loving the progression. I love grinding with the necromech. I like the event. I've been doing it a fair bit. And that's been fun. That's going back in the game. However, I never really engaged with liches. And do you know, I was just thinking, reading this, maybe the thing isn't just... Right, the murmur grind is tough, right? But maybe what we need is variety in the murmur grind.
Keep going.
Maybe why can't we go do different missions? Like, why can't we do a spy vault to unlock some murmurs? Why can't we go... why can't we get some sort of mission where a person is like, I see you're hunting that lich Tenno. I have some of their murmurs, but you must complete this mission for me. Go take these things here or there or something. So there's variety in the way you get murmurs, because murmurs is just you go into a mission and you just keep killing thralls until there's no more thralls popping up, and then eventually you leave and it's like, oh yeah, you've unlocked a thing. Maybe if there was other ways to do it. Maybe how about if Barakatia sold a token which will guarantee to unlock one of the nodes on a lich, so you can save up ducats, and that's another way you could reduce that grind. So you can modulate and control that grind, because currently there is only one way to do that grind, which is just grind the murmurs. Look, it's me chopping up murmurs. There you go. Yep.
Okay, I am... Oh god, I want to touch some of the stuff you said. Right, okay. I love the idea of like a daily quest or something where
daily quest, another good one. Yep.
You know, maybe it's a different character in one of the open worlds. Like it could be Sun in the Necrolisk, or it could be the Biz in Fortuna, or it could be the CAC in Cetus, and basically you talk to any of these characters and they say, I have a mission.
Hey, Tenno.
Yeah.
I have a mission.
Yeah, I have mission. You need kill Thrall. I need you kill the same Thrall. Thrall has or it might not be a Thrall, it might be like a spy or a sabotage, whatever you said. And the compensation is effectively murmurs. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
maybe even if at the very least, I would like to see a weekly that would let you on one lich uncover one of the things. I don't want to. I don't want to basically.
The problem is with it being.
I know. No, this is what I mean by minimum. Is that so? This is to try and encourage you to do at least one lich a week. Is what I'm trying to say here. If it's a daily, I feel maybe that's too much. People might feel a bit too compelled. Or is it a daily? Which if you save 3 days, you can just get the murmur grind completely. Yeah, maybe that is better. I don't know. We'll have to see what people say on that one. But at the very least, I think a quest that is once a week. You can to try and encourage you to do at least one lich in a week. That way, 1/3 of the murmur grind gone. I think that'd be kind of good.
Keep on going on this idea. I think that there should be epic, Nightwave objectives. Do a lich in a week. Get what I think the max rep you get is 7,000. Get 7,000. Yes. Right. That.
By the way, when does the Nightwave end?
24th.
We should have added that into this week in Warframe, shouldn't we? Damn it.
Oh well. So. Shit, you throw me off. Right, so again,
the Nightwave super objective of do a lich in a week.
Yeah, you could do that. Likewise, you could also have it that you could spend Nora Knight tokens on murmurs, right? And maybe just say there's a limited number that you could buy. Yeah. So you could buy, I don't know, 5 sets of murmurs or whatever, 5 murmurs from Nora Knight a week, or
well, is it? I don't know exactly how many murmurs make a completed segment.
Well, neither do we.
No, but would it be better to sell it by murmurs or a token which will reveal 1 symbol? Because remember, you have to do 3. Which would you prefer?
I am. So I like that to be on Barrow. And
I don't want to overly complicate it. I don't know.
I know. I get that. I want it on Barrow. Right. You can buy as many as you want, but you can only use 1 per lich.
Yeah.
And you can only use it on. I want to say one of the first 2, because the third one is the big spender. Is the one?
It's the big spender, but you can just guess the third one.
Exactly. Right, so I see. If you've got the first 2, you can't spend it to get the third one. But the
or how about it only gives you 50% on the third one?
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. It gives you enough. What's the name of the damn thing? Murmur progress to do a complete one, or to get half of the third one.
The third one. Yeah.
Here's a question. Yes, I think it should be progress, and it should bleed over. So if you're like 90%, yeah. Okay, there you go. So, but you can only use it once per lich.
Yeah,
and I think having those multiple ways of getting murmurs. And
after you saying that, and it's 1 per lich, I can now appreciate, because I was going to say I either want murmurs on vendors or this token, but I think maybe the fact that you can use 1 token per lich, having murmurs as well through other means is also kind of good, because that's kind of like the strong method. But then there's others. I like that variation of other methods of getting murmurs. So maybe say a little bit on Nora each week, and a little bit maybe Maru could give you a quest. There you go, Maru could give you a quest for 1.
Yeah. So I'm fine with that. I don't really have a big issue with the murmur grind. I can. Is it really?
How many? I think I've killed 1 lich. It's abysmal. It's abysmal.
Actually, hold on. Let me see if I can quickly jump into Warframe and tell.
You don't have to do that right now. I mean, you can get ballpark it if you want.
No, I really can't remember. I mean, it won't take me long to log in and things to find out.
But that's our ideas. What ideas are suggested here then?
None. There's none. It's like they're just complaining about the thing. I don't like this, because they're complaining about stuff, but not actually.
Well, no, it's not that I don't like. Yeah, I no. And I want to say this poor thing. We hear that this poor person is hurting, and therefore, I've stepped away from the camera now.
You have.
I was trying to do cool things with my hands, and then I moved away. So we can appreciate this person is hurting, from the about right in it. About there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a bit more. There we go. So this poor person is hurting, right? They clearly have problems, and the grind is affecting their play. It would be better if the grind was lessened in some way. But the critical thing you're trying to say is that it would be nice if this person put forward their own solutions, so they weren't just being negative. They're also trying to construct positively towards a better system.
18.
18. Wow, look at that. Did you get me there? So positive,
Yes.
if they put the things at B so that it turns it from a negative into them positively constructing on how to make a better system. Yeah.
I don't think it's an issue for you having to activate the Lich system. Like, one of the things I didn't like about the Nemesis system with
Lord of the Rings.
Yes. And I'm pretty sure this is an accurate statement. I haven't played it in so long, I could be wrong. But the Nemesis found you, right? It's a case of one of the enemies would ultimately kill you, and this could be down to you getting swarmed, or you just getting completely blindsided, or you fall off something. The enemy becomes the nemesis, so they effectively find you. Whereas what Warframe have done is an opt-in system, and I much prefer this.
Right.
So I feel that one of the things that they're trying to highlight is the fact that you have to go out and find the nemesis, right? Now, and I think maybe they're disincentivized to the fact that the nemesis can be consistently found at Cassini, because I think, if memory serves, Cassini is a capture mission and has a really high chance to spawning a larvaling.
Right.
But I feel that consistency to find a larvaling on Cassini is a positive, but the tone I'm getting from this is it's a negative. You might be interpreting the tone of the, always going to Cassini and getting a larvaling.
Acquire a lich done by pressing the action button after waiting a couple minutes in Cassini, where probably most liches are born due to the consistent regularity. It seems like they see that as a positive, but at the same time, they're not praising it. They're just saying, well, that's just what you have to do, as in that's just, this is how it's done. Maybe that could be improved, but
you have to go. Well, this is the second thing. You have to go out of your way to acquire what was supposed to be a random enemy turned nemesis, which turned out to be a placeholder spawn lich button in a gimp suit with a gun icon. Now, that to me screams to me that they don't like being able to just acquire them.
Yeah, but the problem is that this was never going to be a one-for-one copy of the Lord of the Rings Nemesis system. This was a aspect of it improved. Well, I do think they didn't go far enough, and that's probably one of the things that really drives me away from the Lich system, is that it being one Lich and then that's it. It misses the whole point of the system, which is the hierarchy, where there's, lowers and highers, and you try and get your people in position. Yeah, so the Lich is just one and done. It doesn't gain that permanence of a stronger system where, Liches are working each other and you're working your way up the ranks of the Grineer and things like that. I think that's the level of system that Warframe probably needed to make the Liches feel like they'd have better depth, so that you'd get people doing Liches and going, oh, do I want to take the gun, or do I want to keep this Lich so I can work on him through the Lich Officer Grineer progression system?
Yeah.
But instead it's just save them and they can, soon they'll be able to pilot your ship for you.
So my question to you is, should you be able to have multiple concurrent Liches?
Yeah.
Right? How many do you think is a healthy number? Right? That
I would like to see. The thing is, I would like to see a progression system that you start with one and you have to work hard on that one, and then that unlocks another slot, and then that they work together, maybe up to, let's say, a team of 5 or 4, because that's a team of Warframe people.
Okay.
So then you could send them on, because that's the one of the thing I saw with when they showed that command thing with the people on the ship. It's in Final Fantasy 14, it's in World of Warcraft. I love to be able to send that team on missions. I know you can use them on your ship, but you can also send them off to do things. That'd be awesome.
So you're proposing that these concurrent Liches could actually attack you simultaneously?
Yes.
Right. I actually I didn't even consider that. right? I just thought like different liches could appear at different times, right? So
I watched a video of the Lord of the Rings game, the second one of the Nemesis system, where
you could get truck tons.
You get 5 betrayals in a row. So they're bringing their one dude in to fight one person, and then 5 betraying other orcs turn up through the fight, and it's like 3 of them are in one go, and then one turns up, it's like, you're weak now, so I'll attack you. And it's like, wow, that's pretty impressive that they all took that opportunity and thought, we're going to work together to try and beat you, and it was kind of cool.
So
you don't get that with our system. It gets almost to that point and then stops.
I like your idea with the multiple liches at the same time, and they can squad up together. I actually really like that idea.
And you can squad them up on your side. I was more thinking as well for your side that you can have multiple active, positive liches as well. Yeah,
but I feel with so I feel that yes, they can squad up, but I was thinking that you should be able to have like a number between 1 and 10, right, of active liches, but only, again, 4 can squad up.
All right, okay, yeah, I'd limit that.
So let's limit that. I'm kind of saying let's have 12, because then you got 3 lots of 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I also think it should be per faction, right? So you could have so you have the Grineer lot, you have the Corpus lot, maybe you'll get the infested lot, potentially the sentient lot, who knows, right? And I like the idea. So I like the idea of that. I do feel that it needs to remain in control of the player. Of, do you want to let this lich recruit other liches, right? One of the things that fucked me off the most about the Lord of the Rings game, the Shadows of Mordor. I didn't spend a lot of time playing Shadows of War, so but Shadows of Mordor, one of the things that fucked me off the most was the RNG elements of, there's a scummy human over there. I'm currently fighting someone. There's a scummy human. I've already got 2 on me. Can you please go away? I hated the fact that I couldn't control the scenario at all. I couldn't Batman the scenario and pick out the enemies, because it was just so haphazard as to other nemesis targets just walking into the area and just fighting you.
No, what you do is there's events which load in like mini missions on the map in an area, and then you don't get random interference in those.
As long as they appear in a mini mission.
Yes, but then what you do is you get your orcs to set mini missions, like challenge this person.
Oh, no, I'm talking about the first one.
Yeah. First one.
That must be later in the game, because I couldn't capture the orcs at this point.
Yes, you've got to be able to capture the orcs.
And like, again, that was something that really pissed me off, is the fact that maybe it's just a case of, with the Shadows of Mordor game, it's the early gameplay experience. Unless you get like to this point in the narrative, it's just fucking hell.
Yeah, no, I do remember the way I played it, because the game doesn't encourage you. Yeah, it kind of puts you in the game and then gives you loads of side quests, and then doesn't really encourage you to do the main quest, really. And you're like, okay, I might as well do the side quest. And then it's only through the main quest you gain the ability to take control of them. And then if you do all the side quests that open up as they pop up, it actually is quite late in the game. I remember my character was just absolutely ridiculous, like almost all the way down all the talent trees. And then I get through a story, it's like, now you can control orcs. I'm like, yeah, but I can just massacre them.
Yeah.
It was just ridiculous.
Anyway, so I feel that it should be on the player to allow the lich to...
Oh, of course. I think keep that current system where it's down to the player to recruit the liches. It should not be down to... They shouldn't automate that, because of the way they affect the solar system and they can start stealing resources. The fact that you opt in to the lich, or liches in this case, would be that's kind of sacrosanct. I wouldn't, because otherwise you could end up, as you said, you want 12 per faction. You could have your whole solar system just being eaten away, and you'd be like, look, I've got these liches, what am I going to do? It's just a matter of effort, and you almost feel like the solar system's pushed you out of the solar system, and you don't. Yeah, and if you can't have a way to get, we'd also maybe have to add in a way to quickly get rid of liches if you want to scope. You just too many.
Actually, one thing I would say is the planetary system right now, where it goes up to, I think, 5 planets, or is it 6 planets? No, they level up to 5. I think you get 6 planets captured, right? We don't go beyond that, right? So they cannot capture the whole solar system, right? Otherwise,
I would say between 2 factions, they could capture the whole solar system.
Well, my concern is then players would feel like completely pushed out. And the problem is that, say you have 12 liches. Okay, here's the scenario for you. You've got 12 liches of one side. How many liches do you have to defeat in order to regain the planets?
I think it would invent a hierarchy so it can show you what like lower and higher ones if they team up.
So do you think that some planets would be easier to reclaim than others?
Yeah, so you can either go for a lower snake. There would just be one tier. There'd be like tier. There'd be the bottom ones, then the main one. And if you go for the bottom ones, they do one planet. You cut the head off the snake, and they lose all influence, and they have to rebuild it over time.
Right. So in that instance, do you think it'd be important that you can go after the head of the snake?
Yes,
because
but the likelihood of the others teaming up into that fight is higher.
Yeah. But like, my point is that there are a lot of players that have always asked for the ability to just, I just want to fight my lich. I want to fight my lich right now. You know, I don't want to wait for it to spawn. I want to fight it now. So we could do something where, or they, DE could do something where if you have this infrastructure, yes, you can target your lich, but the better the infrastructure, that much harder it is, regardless of whether or not the liches spawn in. Like, you could go into a level 120 or 150 mission, and it's just like, oh my god, what the hell have I just walked into, right? But it's your choice, and you could say still a lich could just randomly turn up in your mission, as it does now, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so I feel those are big positives that I would like to see in the lich system. Another question for you is, do you think the lich system would benefit from a token-based system? So instead of trying to RNG which gun you want, you can effectively buy it for a token.
But you get that token from completing liches.
Yes.
Or parts of that token.
No. Let's say you need X amount of tokens in order to buy the weapon.
Let's say minimum. I don't know. This is just putting off the 5. So yeah, so that you can guarantee on your 6th lich, it'll be. I know some people might say that's too many. Whatever. I'm just saying it. So you can kill 5 liches, and then you can guarantee the weapon of the 6th lich.
I'd also say for an extra 5 tokens, you can guarantee the element type. And for an extra 5 tokens, or maybe 10 tokens, you can guarantee the percentage. So 20 tokens in total, you get the best of that weapon. Now, these are just hypothetical numbers, because that means you have to kill 20 liches in order to get that weapon. You got a better chance on the RNG system right now.
Well, that's the point. Is that but it's that within those 20 liches, you're probably going to spot the weapon and the element. Maybe it might just not be the percentage, and that way you can work towards it anyway. You're quite likely to see it in that 20, and then that just gives you a safety net
now,
in case you get that far and don't get it.
I was proposing that the token-based system replaces the RNG weapons. Are you saying it should be an addition?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm fine with that.
I always love an addition. I don't get add more things.
I'm totally down with that. So or maybe you could use the tokens to just upgrade the weapon you have.
Yeah, that could be an option as well. Yeah. There's multiple ways of doing it, but I don't get why over time. This is the kind of thing which, right? So, for instance, like if we were to add the system for the Grineer liches, it wouldn't come right at the start for the Corpus liches. So, to start with, you have to go play the Corpus liches. But this is the problem with Warframe, is they put these massive chunks into the game which are cool and content, but then no player I mean, if you started Warframe now and you try to do all the content, you're going to burn out. I mean, there's just so much to do.
Yeah.
They don't ever go back to the content and think quality of life. Do we need to reduce the amount of time it requires to complete this section of the game?
Oh, yeah.
And so sort of a token system like this, which comes in 6 months, 8 months, 10 months down the line from, let's say, after the corporate system came out, they would also get the system like 10 months down the line. It just enables people. And even then, I'm sure some people are thinking the numbers they're talking are whack. I have to kill 20 liches. I haven't even killed 20 liches now. Yeah, numbers can be changed, of course, in the amount of things. But it's just, and some people might even be able to come up in the comments with a complete better way of doing what we're suggesting. But the thing is, it's to reduce the time to achieve that thing. The way they one of the things about game development is I'm sure they sit down and they think, well, how much time do we want players to allocate to this thing, and how much time do they need to get to one weapon done, to get 10 weapons done? What's the likelihood of seeing each weapon? These are things they consider. So they never go back and think that needs to be reduced now for this content.
Yeah.
Like the focus system. I mean, why is there a daily cap on that anymore? I know I keep harping on it, but it's the perfect example. The Cetus is not relevant, really, especially the fact that some of the mining tools and the fishing tools are just made redundant by the other open worlds. So shouldn't we reduce the amount of time it takes? Shouldn't they just basically you can just get them by going to Cetus and you can just go out on the plane?
I think you can get them, but it's like, but no, I think that we should have more additions to the mining.
Of course, yeah.
I think we should have more additions to.
I think that's a separate thing, but I mean that so that when people go to the planes, maybe that's double the amount of resources you get on the planes from now on. So that way people can get through that content quicker, so you can rep up quicker. Let's remove the daily rep cap on the planes. So if you wanted to, you could just blitz the whole planes in one day. It shouldn't be kept at, I mean, though you've still got the secondary rep, because that's the cool thing about these is that most of them have, I think all of them, they have a secondary rep to work on. Keep the daily cap on that one because it's the more end gamey thing. Like for the planes, it's working on the quills. That gives you your amps and things, a bit more, end game content. You can keep the rep cap on that, but let's get people through the first rep quicker, especially for Venus as well. I mean, that just, the second rep is literally capped behind the first rep. I mean, World of Warcraft learned, I know as an example, World of Warcraft learned this thing years ago with Mr. Pandaria. Don't lock reps behind reps, because people, especially when it has content people need, because people just get frustrated. It's like, okay, I've got to keep doing this so I can unlock the other reps, so I can work on the other reps to get the things that I want.
Yeah.
And at this point, they need to swap that, and it just needs to be on a quest reward or something, or as soon as you get operators, you can do the secondary rep. They need to have a think about this. They need to have a big thing. Warframe needs a big think and a big redesign on a lot of things.
Yeah.
In fact, damn it, I should put that in the comments for the dev stream. That's what I'm going to do. My question.
Cool. Right. So
click, I'll do it now.
Should we go into the replies?
Though I saw it earlier, it was on 2 pages. Let's see how many pages it's on now. But it's about like 10 pages. Refresh that. Yeah, we can go to replies in a sec.
Cool.
4 pages. Okay. No, I probably won't get lost, but right. Let's go replies. Okay. Mechanically, it is supposed that the Lich is your nemesis, giving you and stop every time you snoop in the Queen's business. Instead, we must hunt him or her. It is necessary to define what the Lich is supposed to be and why.
What?
Hold on. That's what they're asking. What?
Mechanically, it is supposed to be.
It's supposed to be the Lich is your nemesis, giving you.
I think it's supposed to be a non-stop.
Every time you snoop in the Queen's business.
A stop every time you snoop in?
Instead, we must hunt him or her. It's necessary to find what the Lich is supposed to be and why.
I disagree. I disagree entirely.
Now, I think I know what they're trying to get at, but that's because, sadly, the way that Liches were originally announced and thematically designed to be had to shift a little bit to the way they had to function in game, because it was ridiculous. Because if they just chose you and that was it, you killed a random. I think it was originally you killed a random Grineer, and that Grineer just turned into a Lich without you having any control on it, and that way it would start hunting you because it sort of took a bit of your power, through Kuva or something. It took a bit of your void energy and made itself immortal. It was bound to you from then on, and it would hunt you down. Whereas now you have to choose to do it, and it doesn't. I've ignored this thematic gap, but I just leave it because it's just the game has to function.
Yeah.
But in theory, it's like your character goes, "Oh, I can make this super enemy to see if I can acquire a good weapon." It's like, okay, yeah, no, it is still the same. It's just there's this sort of step where accidentally it's like your character does an assassinate and does that. You just have to kind of make the leap in your brain. But in actual fact, the player is choosing to create the lich, but you're not really.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. You have to be in control. It's why I feel that the squad link that was demoed in the same Tenno Live, just wouldn't conceptually work in practice.
But both those systems looked on paper sounded great, but they don't work on a live service game, which is day to day. They would work fine in a single player scripted storyline game.
Yeah. The other side of it is, a part of me wonders, would it be nicer with Warframe? Like, you know how we have Steel Path now? Like, we got the Lich system before we got Steel Path. It would be nice, I think, theoretically, if there was a checkbox where you could have any Grineer you fight just turn into effectively a Lich, like they originally proposed. But because they didn't have a way to opt into it before, like with Steel Path, it was like you had to go kill a specific enemy that could be it. Yeah?
Right.
So I'm wondering, instead of actually doing the whole, oh, you have to go do this mission in order to get this thing, you just hit a button and then you can, do you know what I mean?
I was with you to the end bit there. You just push a button and get a Lich.
No, you don't push a button and just get a Lich. You push a button and then any Grineer could become a Lich. Like how it happens in Shadows of Mordor, and what it seems to be that the original poster wanted, that in theory, because I still don't truly understand the original poster, in theory, any Grineer could just become a Lich if you enable it. Right? Would that appeal to you? Or would you rather still hunt them down?
I like the current system. I think the current system looks fine. I agree it doesn't feel right, but it's a compromise, and it works fine. It allows the player the control of having liches and being able to go, I don't want a lich today, sorry.
Yeah.
And I make that narrative jump that it is just a random Grineer just happens to become the lich, and that's the story that happens. It's bound to me and linked to me. That's why it's immortal. You've got to give and take, and I think that's the compromise. I'm not going to fight that battle compared to the one we talk about, the Necromex and the why do we need Warframes anymore when we got this Necromex? Let's do this. That one, I want to fight that story battle. This story battle, I'm just hands off. Like, no, I can accept that. It's to make the game work functionally. Bam, fine. Don't want to fight it. Don't change it. And put the dev time elsewhere.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Right.
Next one.
Yep.
Last time I did lich farming for a dedicated weapon, maxing my Ogress percentage, it took me over an hour of Cassini runs to get the lich with the weapon I wanted, getting a larvaling to spawn every run. That, not the lack of larvalings in missions I play, was the biggest obstacle.
To me, that's like, I'm sorry, an hour? An hour?
Over an hour.
Oh, over an hour.
Over an hour, Xeno.
Right, I'm
a whole hour to get the exact specific weapon that I wanted, and then I didn't have to go do it again because I had it. But it took me over an hour.
I mean, you're going to be able to attest to this more than I am. But like, some of the times you have to wait on World of Warcraft in order to actually get something, right?
I wish to queue for Raid Finder. Half hour wait.
Yeah. Or God, what's some of the other stuff? Like, oh, I need to get this legendary memory from, I need to get this legendary recipe from this one wing of a dungeon that isn't available this week.
Or the next week, or the week after. Oh, look, 4 weeks, a month later, it's available, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I'm sorry. Oh, you had to do a whole hour of running a mission. I'm sorry, my world's smallest violin is currently in the shop.
Though, not to be cruel, I do agree, though, as we've said, now that if this was fresh content, I'm 100% with you. But now this content is over a year old, it really should have a mechanism to speed up this person's time, because there are other things they're supposed to be spending that hour on. There's the event that's running, there's Demos. Should they still be spending an hour on this event now? Not really. When it first came out, yes, because it was the content, so it should occupy you for an hour. It was fine then, but I would like to see something speed up now, as we said, like a token system.
Yeah, a token system would do the job.
Yeah. So yeah, but whinging, still whinging. Half of the intrigue of the system comes with the network of underlings below the boss orcs that you can deal with first to weaken the boss. Yeah, that as we're saying.
Yeah, we agree with that one.
Yeah. Kuva liches should have their own purpose to bring powers to players other than Kuva and their weapons. And in the same time, they should try to limit your power without being an ass.
Though... What? No. So basically, they're trying to... Kuvalicious should have their own purpose to bringing powers to players. Like, I'm not quite sure what they mean by bringing powers to players, other than Kuva, which, you know, you could get Kuva from other places, or the Kuvalicious weapon, right?
Well, that's just basically saying there should be more reasons to fight and kill a lich other than Kuva and weapon. That's what they're saying.
But,
right?
I mean, what? Okay, they give Rivens. Right? Oh no, that's just completely crippled the Riven market. Well, they'll give Xless adapters. No one cares about Xless adapters. They'll give.
Well, how about the system refuels itself or fulfills itself, and it bloody gives the token we keep talking about. There we go. You've got.
No, but my point is, it's the same with Nightwave. At some point in time, you will have gotten everything you need, and as such, you get nothing else. Yeah. Right? So you get no benefit from the system. So you cannot have a system in play that will always be relevant. Right? It's in every single game as a service. World of Warcraft, there's so much content that is not relevant at the moment. With Destiny, right? Hell, Destiny, they take content out because it's too difficult to maintain.
But right? Warcraft has reasons that content is still valid, and they make reasons for it to be valid.
In what sense?
But time walking.
Yeah, but you don't do the leveling experience again in Mr. Pandaria after you've gotten to level 50.
Oh, well, okay, it's a bit different now. No, I mean that there is the previous content, and that you could go through. There's still reasons to go through it. They add pets to go, and you can farm cosmetics from it. You know, the gear. So that's to raise the instances and to complete for achievements as that. And then they also reuse that content by bringing it up to the highest level and go, hey, why not do this again at the highest difficulty?
Right.
Yeah, at current difficulty. So.
But unless you go like, oh yeah, we now have Steel Path Kuva liches. They don't reward anything special. People aren't going to do it.
Well, it is a bit tricky for Warframe because it doesn't have the same kind of loot system that other looters have.
And that's the big problem, is the fact that, we'll just give them more weapons. The power we're so close to breaching the safe power creep limit in Warframe that we're just going to have. I mean, they were talking about changing up the damage 2.0 to 3.0, and people reacted so negatively to the concepts for the status box changes. Like, you know, it has to happen at some point. So how on earth can you keep liches relevant? Like, they have a poster. Kill all the liches to get a poster. No one's going to fucking do it.
Some people would.
Well, no. The majority of players wouldn't do it, right?
Yeah.
You know, so it's really hard. How can you possibly keep things relevant? Oh, give them more resources. I don't need any more Kuva. I have over 500,000 Kuva currently sat on my account. Why do I need more? Right? Oh,
there's plenty of things you could do, especially if you expand. This is where, as we were talking last week about expanding the cosmetic system to have things like textures, to add in that, like texture should drop, Lisette skins should drop, Railjack skins should drop, paint skins for the Railjack should drop, things to go in your Railjack could drop, things to go in your orbiters could drop.
Not to like immediately say do the Destiny thing with what Loz is saying. One thing that would be good is a resource that diminishes over time, much like Argon. I really feel that they should bring in more resources like Argon. I know a lot of people are going to kick off at that concept, but, you know, no one ever complains about having too much Argon, right?
No, they don't.
Anyway. I think
Right.
that's that for the topic. Your keyboard, by the way.
I know, because I need to put the time in.
Okay, cool. Right, so that's it for the topic of this week, and now we're gonna go into the graphs. Yes, the graphs. Loz is on the wrong part. Loz is on the wrong part. He's typing in the wrong part.
Yeah, graphs are a thing.
Good job, Loz. Right, so our first graph for this week, which I'm just gonna that. Right. Should you be able to get a necromech without having to do the Heart of Deimos quest? Now, you remember I had a problem with this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So, 11% said yes, 15% said that they didn't care, and 74% of people said that no, you shouldn't. And in all honesty, I really disagree with those 74%.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I really think you should just be able to buy a necromech without having to do Heart of Deimos.
Tricky, but the community are against you on that one.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any comment?
I'm, after playing the event and knowing how long it takes to do Demos to get that quest done, I'm like, yeah, I don't see any problem with it. I don't think it's that bad.
So are you for or against what I've said, or you don't care?
I'm with the community, you're wrong.
Okay. All right. Moving on to the second card. Should there be a hold transfer radial menu? Do you remember I talked about this?
Yep.
Cool. Right. 44% of people said no, and 56% said yes. I'm kind of interested to know why so many people were against it. Don't know if anyone said any reasons why.
There was somebody explaining it, but they said it was a good thing. I can't remember who it was, but that's the only one I saw.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't see anyone explaining why. Bad.
Right. The next card, and I did get some comments as to why, but I couldn't put them in a graph. Do you think the meta will shift to using necromechs instead of warframes? Right. 11% said yes. 89% said no. Right. And I do have some comments as to why. So let me just make sure that these are wrapping around. Right. So I'll just pick some of these comments at random. Gameplay was always about speed. Necromechs are powerful but low when compared with warframes. I don't mind making the mechs the optimal way for fighting sentience, since they were originally designed to enter the void. Right? That's one reply. The play of the frames is why I want to use them. I look at mechs as a new warframe in a way. If you take away my variety, I think that's supposed to be variety of play, then I will get bored, spelt wrong, and stop playing.
Right.
Abilities. Useless, we get a better way of healing than combat discipline, like the cleric priest mech that was trending on Twitter. I feel like they will stay at the level 100 range of usefulness. Necromechs are slow and angry. Sorry, slow and noisy. Arg. And then let's go with this last one. Warframes feel better to use. Most people don't have necromech mods. The existing arsenal already get the job done. We have already powerful equipment that aren't used because it's boring, Octavia, or annoying mechanics, arc guns. Necromechs can't kill through walls like Mag or Volt, like Mag and Volt can, nor kill without aiming like Hildren or Wukong. people will continue to use what they like how Xeno's mom... I'm not reading that.
I saw that. I particularly didn't do that because of that reason.
Huh?
I did read that. That was in the comments below the episode. Xeno's
Okay.
mom. I chose not because I'm like, no, I'm not reading that.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So those are some of the comments. I still like as soon as they introduce, and I'm pretty damn well sure they're going to. As soon as they introduce a healer necromech, I really think that necromechs are going to become shit tons more powerful, and popular, and they're going to do it.
Do we now?
Yeah. Do you not think so?
Hard to say.
Okay. Moving on.
Watch this space.
Moving on to the fourth card. Do you like the lore implications of Orphix being an unendingly mass produced thing? Yeah?
Yeah.
Right. 42% said yes, 58% said no.
I'd be a yes on this because it's like it has to be, because otherwise it's like they've just built this thing and it's like, this works really well, I've just got to deal with their necromechs now, but I'm no longer going to use it because reasons. They're no, curse those Tenno and their warframes. If only I'd designed a weapon which would be able to beat their bloody warframes. Oh wait, I did.
But I forgot how to do it.
Yep.
Right.
We just gave up on it.
Yeah. Then I think it's more a case of like, could we get better lore for them? But anyway.
Yeah.
Right, and then the last card. Should warframes become resistant to Orphix like Xeno and Loz suggest, and a new batch of Orphix need to be produced to become effective again?
No, see, I love you explain that, but basically it's just a lore excuse of just going, right, here's this mission which appears once a weekend of a month and you get to do it. Just,
Yeah. 19% said they didn't care. 19% said no, and 62% said yes.
That's pretty clear.
Yep. Cool. Right. So that's it for... Shit! Hold on. Pausing. Right. And after that minor catastrophe with beverages, we'll move on to the supporter questions.
Interestingly, Mike, the thing behind me disappeared now. It's not turning up.
What thing?
The keyboard.
Good.
Weird.
Right, supporter questions.
Yeah. They're up here, aren't they? Right. Aviator mod sucks. Let me just grab this and pull this in. I have to just bring this closer to me. Tenno mod on, do I? Yes, there we go. Right, let's get this nice and big. And let's have a look, see what we've got here. Aviator mod sucks. With gacha and mobile games remaining very lucrative on the exploitation of gamers using pay-to-play mechanics hidden behind anime waifus and husbandos, how worried are you for the grown-up operators that DE appear to have previewed in the Deviri Paradox?
Not at all.
Me neither, because you also saw the young operators. So you'd have both. You're not losing the young operator.
In theory.
It clearly played a role in what we
Yeah.
could see in the Deviri Paradox. So yeah, not really bothered at all. However, I don't get why DE haven't made a tie-in app game to Warframe. I could think of 3 off the top of my head.
No idea.
Aviator, even just Flappy Clem,
Yeah.
or Flappy. Just release Flappy Zephyr as an app. I mean, or just release the whole little thing of just the little games as a little collection on on phones. It'd be great. Aviator mod sucks. When Loz puts on a very serious voice and says, "On the last episode of Xenoball Z," can Xeno please use it as an intro for his YouTube mini clips?
Maybe. I might actually just ask Loz to record it separately rather than just taking it from this audio because it's a pain in the ass.
Devaro says, if you had to ditch either your favorite Warframe or favorite weapon, why are you so cruel to Oberon because guns are better?
Wait, what was the actual question?
If you
why
had to
am I
ditch
so cruel to Oberon?
either your favorite Warframe or favorite weapon, why are you so cruel to Oberon because guns are better?
Why am I so cruel to Oberon because guns are better?
Well, we'll get that next week. Dragon Blast or Drachimageddon?
Oh, what?
Dragon Blast or Drachimageddon?
I don't like the sound of Drachimageddon.
Zrugal asks, looks like Zrugal has a question for me this week, but before I read it out, I'd like to ask everyone to make sure you're subscribed to the channel, like the video, and share it if you can. It really helps. Zrugal wants to know if I've considered looking for memes from other sites. He says Pinterest seems to have a lot of them. Well, no, Zrugal. You see, the rule I've set for myself is I have to find them on the subreddit. Plus, the weekly top voted helps to keep track of the ones I've used. Yes, Zrugal answered his own question in the third person, and he thought it was hilarious at the same time. Ah, he put Hilarious. That was, apart from that, was perfect. No, that's a good point, Zrugal. I didn't really think to look elsewhere because I kind of leave Twitter alone because that's kind of Xeno's realm, and like if he finds a really cool piece of art that's kind of a community shout out that could also be a meme, like the whole do you remember the Kiddo ones, the brilliant series of them with the vault that's the new player. Like technically that's a meme, but it's seen more on it's more of a community shout out, so I can leave that. However, Pinterest, that's up for game, so I will have a look for myself on Pinterest.
I'd also recommend Instagram. I have found plenty of memes on Instagram as well.
Oh, maybe I could see if I can find some on Parler. Wait, that's not a thing. Sorry.
Well,
political thing. Topical political point. No, I will definitely check into Instagram. I'll check as many platforms as I can. That's a good point. I should expand out, but it's not that I choose the being from subreddit. It's because it's just so easy that it's not because it's just ease. And shouting out the subreddit is really good because I'd love to see more people go on there and support it. It's just but I will look elsewhere, Zerigal. And lastly, Osadax, is there room in the Warframe roster for more Warframes that share the same elemental powers? Or is it too redundant to have another Ice Warframe or Wind one?
No, it's not redundant. Wait, what's the Wind one? Oh, Zephyr, duh. No, I don't think it's redundant at all. Like, you should be able to...
We've got Zephyr and Titania. They're kind of very similar.
Well, I think a better one is Ember and Nezha.
Saren and Lavos.
I don't understand Lavos yet.
No, but he I know he's a bit more than that. He's kind of like an elemental mixer thing, but this part of him is kind of a poison-esque buildy thing.
Yeah, it's
and I think one of Avara's key things was supposed to be like poisonous tree frog, or poisonous frog was part of the Avara mix from a design point of view. So
not 100% sure on that one.
Well, because the other one's jellyfish, and jellyfish are also poisonous.
But I mean, it's. I think realistically, it's the design of the abilities aren't necessarily the same as the design, the aesthetic design and things like that. But I see no problem, like, you know, them working on the same element, the same thematic element to design abilities and things, as long as the abilities are diverse enough. Like, the last thing you want is another Warframe that puts down a frost barrier, but the barrier goes with the Warframe. Like, kind of making frost a bit redundant here. You know?
Yeah, that's the thing. It would have to follow a different niche, but then we've got so many Warframes. I'm not sure that the particular Warframes have a niche anymore. There's just so many. So that's the more important thing, is that you've got to add in powers that give it something unique. And I guess people don't feel it's a bit samey. It's got to have its own special thing about it. But yeah, I still think they could do it though.
Yeah.
But I don't think you would go straight for like an Ice Warframe. You could have like a Ice Ghost. You know, it'd be something like that. I'd say Revenant, but we've got Revenant. So I don't know how you can have an Ice.
No, I mean, you can still do it. Like, you know, as it walks, it leaves patches of ice around.
Yeah, it's like an ice. I'm just trying to think. You kind of change it. It's like an ice spectre. Like it's a big hunk of. It's a soul that's frozen and looks like a floating suit of armor. I don't know. You know, it's still ice, but it's ice with a twist. Ice with a twist. What a twist!
Oh. On a random tangent, right? If you had to pick the theme of Korra, like, aesthetically, what would you say Korra's... Actually, no, aesthetically and design. What would you say Korra's inspiration is?
Lion Tamer.
Lion Tamer? Okay, cool.
Yeah, Lion Tamer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it functionally is like a. I haven't played Korra that much, to be honest.
Functionally, she's kind of like a Lion Tamer.
Do you like Lion Tamer? Lion Tamer is then. And you got a whip. You've got like a cage that you can bang in, but CCSC. Like Gara, though. I mean, yeah, there you go. Gara is very close to Valkyria. They're both sort of berserker-esque, but they're just a bit different in their finesse level, sort of thing. You know, they're still similar in a lot of the ways.
Do you mean Garuda?
What did I say?
Gara. Glass one.
God damn it, with the Garuda.
Yeah, no,
Garada.
I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, no, complete fail there. Yeah. No, I meant Garuda. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So
which I should remember from the Final Fantasy version of it, but yeah.
The reason why I ask is because someone turned around and said that Korra's aesthetic is... I got it. Korra's aesthetic is spider. And I'm like, what?
No, I still think we could have a spider Warframe. Don't think we've had one yet.
So people have turned around and said, no. Right, anyway, let's do it.
Yeah. It was Lion Tamer. Korra's not a spider.
I know. Oh, but she's got a giant web dome thing. Okay, clearly...
Yeah, Lion Tamer in a cage.
What spider has a whip? What spider has a cat companion? Sorry, let's move on.
I've never considered that. Like, maybe if they suspended mobs in the air on the cage and then also feasted upon their flesh to absorb to get life as they wrap them up.
Yep.
They don't do any of that. I don't really know.
Memes. Oh, wait. Sorry, community responses. Sorry, we put the time in. I thought we've already done it. Yes. Sorry, community responses.
Let me just figure out these things. Right, Strombus Shell. Oh, nice. Welcome back. Glad you guys had a good break, but at the same time, glad you're back. Also, I'm honored to have my ramblings read out on the show. Thank you. Haha. Just to let you know, I read and some of them are very long, and my thing's just gone grey. Why is that gone grey? There's back. I read every comment before we start the episode, and even if they're very long, it's something I'm committed to. So if you want to put a comment on that, it doesn't always get read out or talked about, but I promise you it will get read. Nazareth says...
Hold on. Just to add to that, if you are actually referring to something that we talk about during the episode, please put a timestamp in. Just put the time in, and it reflects exactly, YouTube automatically goes, oh, you mean this time in the video? And it just allows us to quickly jump to it. And also,
it's really good.
Gonna ask, because I know he won't, can you please keep your responses succinct? Just to the point. Right.
I used to say I'd okay with walls of text, but to be honest, some of them are a bit long. Yeah, key points.
Yep.
They will all, but I promise you, they will always get read.
Read them all, but key points, please.
Nazareth, surely Xeno must love the Orphix because it's the ultimate nullifier. And what the fuck is going on with Nata? They give us very cryptic lines that seem to make us think she's working against her will, but mostly I'm just disappointed that they're still stringing out new war so badly.
He's right about the nullifier thing. Next thing.
Tony Kavanagh. Also, I want to add to the slots point. You actually get slots for free, though they are scarce. You can get them from Nightwaves and from daily login milestones. Don't know in the early dates, but at least I've seen them in the 1,000+. Yeah, you can get them from Nightwave, but it's kind of random. You don't. I think it's in one of the evergreens, isn't it?
Nightwaves.
Oh, Nightwaves, yeah. But they don't. The Nightwaves don't go, here's a Warframe slot, here's a Sentinel slot, here's a weapon, 2 weapon slots, here's a thingy slot. It just randomly goes, here's a weapon slot this time, and then here's a Sentinel slot
on
this
the
time.
Tier thing, on the tier rewards. Yes,
yeah,
no,
but it's
right.
not consistent. They're just those are just the problem is those are just random and not consistent. And I think there might be some on the logins, but we suggest that in the first 10 days it goes, here, have a Warframe slot.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that do? It just encourages you to keep going. Get people log in. Instead, that they wait till 50 or is it 50 or 100 days? Yeah, 50 before you get anything.
I completely forgot. So thank you very much, person that Loz read the name out.
Tony Covenant.
Thanks, Tony.
Yep. Cerugal says, how did Rentamek go? How did Rentamek go, Xena?
Oh God, what we did?
We did it. We actually tried it. Yeah.
4 of us. How many?
We did the tier 3 mission.
I can't remember how many we did.
We did. We went to the tier 3 mission. We all just picked up mechs off the floor, and I think we killed 3.
Yeah.
And it was
it
more
got
that
really
we were
hard.
taking so much damage and
Yeah.
that we took so long to kill them. I don't think we probably could have killed one, maybe two more. So
I think we could
3.
have gone to what? What do you mean 3?
3 was enough to activate the exit. I know we got at least 3.
Yeah.
We might have done 4. I can't remember.
No,
But I think maybe
I think we could have done like 5 or 6. I think.
yeah, I think but I still don't think that would have been enough to complete the mission objective though.
Oh.
Yeah,
What
I
to
don't think
get
I'm going to score.
to 3?
Yeah, to get the reward for 3, I think you need to get
No, I
like
think
10,000 or something.
what? No, you only need to get 1,000. It's
On the
500.
3rd mission.
No, on. Oh, right. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think. I think I looked at it and I don't think it would. I don't think it'd be, which is kind of tough. And so the Necromex, the Rentamex, I do think they're okay, but I do feel they're a bit weak, or they didn't scale well.
But
That was the problem.
aren't those rewards the former you're talking about?
Yeah.
Aren't those cumulative? They're not the best of
No, their best score. No, their best
Are
score.
they?
Yeah, because I started by doing Rentamec on the first mission, and I couldn't get anywhere near it.
Because I only got the.
You would have a score, right? Okay, but if you go in and check we'll check for next time. Your score must be what, like 500,000 by now, if that was the case. If it's cumulative.
No, it wouldn't.
But you know what I mean, though. Yeah, it would be.
But it's got to be lower than 10k then, because like
We'll have a look.
We'll
have a look.
I think it's like 5k or something. Anyway,
we can check. Okay.
I didn't get
Brian.
Yeah.
Brian Hunter says, in thinking of a way for Necromex to be weaker in gameplay and Warframes, why don't our Necromex fall apart like the Necromex in the Isolation Vault missions? There could be some kind of percentage health threshold when they start popping off arms, or maybe the Necromex needs to take a certain amount of damage before the arms fall off. Then, like the enemy Necromex, we can go and pick up the arms. I kind of like this if enemies could disarm our arms. Like, they disarm weapons off a Warframe.
I kind of like this, but I can't tell if it's sarcasm.
No, I think it's true.
Genuine.
I do think it's genuine. Yeah, but I would like to see like a certain enemy maybe have, or like an Ogress or something. If your Bombard turns up, it has a chance to blow off a limb or something. Yeah. That'd be kind of cool. Pablo's World. Now I put this one here because I do like this kind of grilling that we get. Just to point out, we are not yes people. Yep. Glad to see y'all back, but I know y'all can see the point of other players. I hope now y'all can see the point of other players. A lot of the time, you'll take the stance of don't complain about wanting everything in the game right now. And rather than just play and enjoy the game, take your time. But you said, I just bought a Necromech and all the mods because you couldn't be bothered to farm it. You want to enjoy it now. It seems a case of I don't agree with all them complaining, but when I have something I don't like, I just pay my way to bypass it. If that's the case, of course, you would not understand how people feel because you don't grind with the painful stuff and just bypass it while others grind and feel the pain. Maybe I'm wrong, but either way, glad to see you all back, and I love having something to listen to while I play. Thank you very much, Pablo's World, for that comment. I do agree with you on that thing, but this is the thing. I don't always highlight these issues. I've never criticized anyone who complains about things, let's say, about the Avara grind or the Harrow grind. I don't think I've seen loads of memes complaining about that, and I never make fun of it because I know it's a hard grind.
What's the Harrow grind?
The Harrow grind. Yeah, there's one of the Harrow bits which is hard to get. I'm pretty sure. I know I've seen that quite a lot come up, and I don't make fun of it because I do appreciate that it's a hard grind. Yes, I think did I skip it? I think I did skip it, but yeah, again, I skipped it because I have the privilege of doing that because I put money into the game, and other people don't. But I do feel it's great that you push us on that, Pablo. I think it's great that you do that because it's hard for us to see it like, oh, we just got it right away. And you make a good point in the Necromech that, yeah, and I was trying to say that last week, and I just think I fumbled my words a bit, that I love the Necromech, and I love that I've just gotten it right away, and I really think they should have done that from the start. But the key thing with the Necromech is it's not like another Warframe. Like, I don't complain about people who say that the Brute grind, that's another one that's just ridiculous. Like, I don't complain about people who, if people say that's ridiculous, I'd be like, yep, it is. It's crazy. It's like behind a secondary rep, and I just hate farming it myself, and I am farming it myself on that one. But the Necromech is different because it gives you access to a certain amount of gameplay, and we even tried with the Rentamex to test that. And I tried before I even bought it to see how effective are these things. I mean, I hadn't done the grind. This is what I have to use. Can I use this? And you can't really do much with it because it gives you access to new stuff. I'm a little bit different on that one. And yes, I just bought all the mods. But the thing is, I do appreciate that I was able just to do that. I'm aware of that one. But other ones, yeah. And also, it was me that did that. I think Xeno. No, you bought your Necromech, didn't you?
I bought my Necromech. I bought a load of people's Necromechs. Like there are plenty of people that. No,
Or
I
have you
didn't buy the
farmed
mods. I didn't buy the mods.
I see, you
No,
farmed mods.
I was given some mods. The rest of the mods I got from the event. I have still not done any of the
vaults,
isolation vaults.
Right, yeah. So we are aware of, in this, especially this case, we but then again, we whinged about the grind, but not overly. It wasn't like we're saying, oh, we want it now beforehand. But then I just, yeah, I'm aware of this one and it makes me think, and I'll use it to keep myself in check, Pablo. Thank you very much for that one. Anyway, JJ24, do you like the lore implications of the Orphix being unendingly mass produced? No. I don't think there is a lore reason why the Orphix stopped spawning after 36 either for each mission. There are a lot of the new MacGuffins introduced that are left unexplained, like the Void Clock and the literal Heart of Demos. Orphix is just another one added to that pile. Yeah, I do believe the pile of unexplained things is getting bigger and bigger by the day. Isn't it?
It's the worst thing is it's not unexplained things; it's unexplained MacGuffins.
MacGuffins, wavy hands.
These are never just like, oh, this is a key. This key goes in that door. This is like, where the fuck did this thing come from?
Yeah,
right.
This thing has been the thing keeping me going all this time, or enabling me to do things, but I just didn't know it existed.
And like, it's like saying that they find another One Ring, like every fucking few months. Like, where?
Look, Mr. Frodo.
It's another One Ring.
The seventh Dwarven Ring. Look, Mr. Frodo. The third Elven Ring. We're just finding these everywhere, Mr. Frodo.
God,
look, Mr. Frodo. A make your own ring assembly kit.
It's like that's the problem I have. Is like these MacGuffins, these ultimate devices, these plot devices, like the plot device, Mr. Frodo, plot device, right? It's a legitimate trope, and it just like, can you please stop inventing new shit? Use the shit you've already got.
Yep, there you go. Benjamin's marriage. Something I would love in a mission type that takes place on Orokin facilities orbiting the sun in very low orbit. Lore being that this is what powers all the Orokin facilities across the Origin system.
That would make no sense. That would make no fucking sense. No, Loz, I already got there within 1 second. It's dumb. It's fucking dumb. God fucking damn it. This piece of stupid shit-ass game. It's like, I'm gonna go to the fucking sun. I'm gonna fucking disintegrate the sun with a planet. And fucking, let's walk on the outside of the fucking ship. Stupid piece of shit game. Fucking dumbass. Like, let's ignore all this other radiation. Fucking gravity. Fucking shit game. Fucking.
I like counting down to explosion. Explosion was well deserved, and I put that comment in there for that reason. Well done, Benjamin.
I wouldn't have fucking triggered if you didn't do the 10. If you didn't count down, I wouldn't have fucking triggered. I would have ignored it. So he's counting down because he's going to think I'm going to explode on. Fucking did.
There's slight edit. This could be an Orokin hijack where you have to stop the Corpus and Grenade from stealing solar energy from the facility. That's fine, yeah. But the best not talk about the sun. Best not.
Like, how would you transmit the energy from the sun?
I don't know. You'd have like a big spacey beam thing from your spaceship that's like pointed at the sun. There'd be maybe like a big hole in the middle. With,
so you're going to infrared transmit the energy?
Yeah, it would also use some sort of fuel.
Works.
Like, I don't know, maybe mercury. It would like suck up mercury or something.
From the sun?
I don't know. I'm thinking of that. What was it called? The Almighty rubbish thing, wasn't
it? No. It was no. Sorry, what it was doing is it was consuming mercury. Yeah, that was it. It was consuming the planet to destroy the sun. That was it. In order to fucking destroy the Earth. Like, what fucking overkill bullshit is that?
Destiny kind.
It's like,
right. That's it for the comment.
Oh, you know what would be a really good idea? Let's fucking nuke the planet from orbit. Oh no, that's too much effort. What we'll do is we'll consume a fucking planet and throw it at the sun. Because somehow that will fucking work. Stupid fucking bullshit. Can we get a timestamp for when I have a rant about Destiny?
Someone clip that. Moving on. So memes. Let's do memes.
Oh my god, fucking Destiny bullshit plot. It's sci fantasy. It doesn't have to make sense. Yeah, well, fucking fueling Star Wars.
Meme number 1.
Meme number 1.
So all these memes are found on the Warframe / meme frame subreddit. Please go on there. There's some hilarious memes, and I picked the best 6 I like of the week. And here's number 1. You all know that feeling. Is 10% common? Depends on the context. For a useless mod, yes. For a rare relic drop, no.
That doesn't make sense. Is 10% common?
Is 10% of something turning up 10% common, right? Like useless mods, like actually have a 10% drop rate and they turn up all the time. But you know that when you want that rare drop on a relic,
yeah,
it only never turns up 10% of the time.
I understand the logic behind it now. Yes.
Meme number 2.
Okay.
Yeah. Whoa. This is a cry for help and a public announcement for my favorite primary. Repost if you think the current is awesome. Or if you crave genuine and intimate human interaction.
What the fuck?
I don't know. It got silver and it was upvoted, and it was like, okay, I think it's platinum actually. Yeah. There we go. Mass amounts of upvotes. What was the first reply? Let's have a look. Room clear and big damage numbers sign me up. Okay. Yeah, just people loving weapons. Just loving weapons is where it's at. I don't know why it was massively upvoted. Oh, it got me chuckle at me. Right, meme number 3. You can make waifus out of anything.
What? Oh my god, I've seen this. I have seen this.
Anytime DE implies something is vaguely feminine. What if it was a cute waifu? Bam. Bone widow. There it's out. There we go.
Yeah, I think that was one of the ones I saw on Instagram.
I need these skins in game now. I need skins. Oh. I need anime faces on my max. Oh, let's make it totally Japanese. Let's go.
Right.
Okay, meme number 4. That feeling when a new player joins a clan with maxed out research. There's got so many Warframes, he can't carry them all.
Yep.
It's an old meme, sir.
Wait, it's Nezure is in the clan. Yeah.
Xeno just takes the right meme number 5. Oh god, this one. Oh god, this one. Meme number 5.
Oh, I need to.
Oh god! Right, there's 2 of these. So Elon Anyo, Business Insider. I'll read it out to you anyway.
Yeah.
Unless you think a trip to Mars is too pricey for most people, Musk has said he intends for there to be loans available for those who don't have the money and jobs on the red planet for colonists to pay off their debts. Some critics say Musk's plans resemble an interplanetary form of indentured servitude. And then you've got, look at that face. Yes, they got the wrong planet. It's not Venus, but Mars. That is where it will happen.
Yeah, clearly.
And to finish off, to make Xeno chuckle, we have...
Oh my fucking god. Okay.
Nidus is basically a masochist. Grenier, thinking they are damaging me. Scary face. Me as Nidus with rage, adaptation, and Umbra mods.
Oh my god. So if you haven't seen the series Konosuba, for the love of god, watch Konosuba. In fact, if you have seen the series Konosuba, go watch Konosuba. Loz, do you reckon we should go watch Konosuba after this?
I think we should go watch Konosuba again. I think that would be a very good idea. You know, you're thinking some deep thoughts there. We should go watch Konosuba.
Yeah.
Why not go watch Konosuba?
I feel that we should elaborate for those who are too concerned by the lower half of this book. No? You're not going to elaborate?
You must watch to understand the deep lore.
It is...
You must watch. One cannot be told.
It is such a... I want to say a parody of Isekai.
Yeah, it's just so wholesome and awesome, and just this is good. This is good.
It's also just, before all of the Isekai praise when I saw that online and things, but like,
so it's not tainted by it.
Yeah, I fucking love Konosuba and the movie. Oh my god, the movie's so good. Anyway, what?
No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I've lost one of the things. Let me try.
They're at the bottom of the screen. Number 6.
Yeah, no, I've lost number 1.
Of what?
What community shoutouts? You're about to do them.
Yeah. Okay.
There we go. Cool. I'm good.
Right. Shall I take the time for community shoutouts?
Yeah, you always do the community.
Well, no, I normally do the community shoutouts, but taking the time for the community shoutouts is a little hard.
But I can't. They're on a different tab. I can't look at them if I'm not.
Okay, fine. It's fine.
With the thing.
It's fine. Calm down. Jeez.
Okay.
Right. So the first community shout out is an operator by Dark Lady
Iwase?
Iwase.
Iwase.
Yeah.
I also enjoy a lot working with ink and paper. Some of my favorite artists are mangakas or concept artists who use this technique. I made this drawing for my bae, his Tenno, from at Play Warframe.
Yeah.
Boop. That's
it's so pretty.
Oh, what's that remind me of? Oh,
I don't know.
It just the style of it. I don't. Is it very Guyver-esque kind of?
No.
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 I think it's just more like the 80s, the way it was like, highly detailed pictures.
What, are you talking like 80s manga or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Like, we're talking about the sort of manga that only comes out once every like 6 months or something.
Yeah.
I'll totally give you that. The second community shout out is Wisp by Unch. Did I get that name right?
Looks good.
Yeah, I did.
Check
yeah.
that.
So, and
have we had this on before?
Oh god, I hope not.
As in but as a sketch before.
Not that I'm aware of. It got posted on the 13th, so it was a couple of days ago.
Oh, fair enough.
But I mean, there's been loads of Wisp stuff.
There's always loads of Wisp stuff.
There's always loads of Wisp stuff.
Oh god, I've made that big.
There's actually a cool video attached to, like, the making of it and things. Yeah. Ready for the third one?
Yep.
So the third community shout out is Lavos by Floofy. Oh, yeah, this is Floofy Dwagen. So,
your link's wrong, by the way.
Is it? Oh,
yeah,
okay, I'll get it for you now.
No, I'll just check it on the thing. It's a bit small, but I can see it. That looks really cool.
Yeah.
That looks awesome. What's the Sentinel? Is that a Sentinel? Oh no, it's this thing. It's this throwing thing.
I wouldn't know. Right, so here we go. There's an updated link. Now. There you go. Right. The fourth community shout out is this Trinity Straga by Dina Rani. Yep.
Ooh.
I kind of like these sort of like suited ones. We had one from God.
Yes, we did, didn't we? Who did we have this? Yes. So, was that also from who was that by? It was awesome.
It was the guest on at the time. I can't remember.
Yeah. I think it was an Australian lady.
Yeah. Fuck. What was it?
She was really awesome.
No, was it Cleo Natarin?
Yeah, she was cool.
I think it was Cleo. I'm very sure it was Cleo. If it's not Cleo, I'm gonna hate myself. Yeah.
I know everyone else can't see this, sorry, but I can see Xeno. I've never looked at Xeno's sources on OBS, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I understand. Right, moving on.
It's complicated, yo. Right.
Anyway, that's awesome. Though I know no one else will get this thing, but it does remind me of Xeno Alice with the real costumes and the Warframe thing, get a good vibe for it. But still, really, so awesome piece of art that is.
Yeah.
Do you know you could put that in a house and people wouldn't. They'd be like, "That's really interesting. What does it do?" It's like, "Oh, it's the juxtaposition of one's internal soul in the modern economy." You could say something like that, and be like, people are like, I totally get that. People saying that kind of stuff. Like, yeah.
Okay, so moving on. The fifth community shout out is Avara by Gamli. I love this. It's so cute and adorable. So much cute. Many wow.
My day has been improved greatly.
Good. I'm pleased. Right.
Nice.
And then the last community shout out is Nova Prime by Space Waifu. Nice. Stunned into silence.
Yeah, no, I'm just looking. It's pretty good. Does Nova Prime have those kind of cool blue glowy bits?
Hold on. I need to look at the full picture. I don't think so because the arms are different colors.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
God, that would make a badass Tenno skin. Yep, right. That's awesome.
That might be a Tenno skin actually.
Maybe.
I'm not sure.
Maybe.
Right, yep. So that's it for the community shoutouts. of this week. We're now going to top off the episode with the quote. Loz is going to write down the time because he's legendary. I'm going to admit, this quote, I'm pretty sure you are familiar with. You'll probably be able to pick it up quite well. I just hope you're pleased with the quote. Ready?
Yeah.
Right. I do not aim with my amp. He who aims with his amp has forgotten the face of the man in the wall. I aim with my focus. I do not shoot with my amp. He who shoots with his amp has forgotten the face of the man in the wall. I shoot with the void. I do not kill with my body. He who kills with his body has forgotten the face of the man in the wall. I kill with my Warframe.
It's not that funny monk in Rogue One saying I'm one with the Force, is it?
No.
Oh.
You may have not seen this movie then.
I may have not seen this movie. What age of film?
2017.
2017. Genre?
Action, adventure, fantasy.
Action, adventure, fantasy?
It's definitely very fantasy.
2017?
Yeah. Not like medieval fantasy, right? I would say more like modern day fantasy. You with me?
No. It's not that one with Vin Diesel, is it?
No. You know how... Well, that would be like a modern day fantasy, right?
Yeah.
Same with how Sorcerer's Apprentice...
vampires in it.
Oh, God. I think one of the characters is supposed to be like a vampire. Not your traditional type of vampire. If it does have vampires, it's not your traditional type of vampire.
Any more hints you can give me?
It has Matthew McConaughey in it.
Good. Who that? I give up.
Are you telling me you don't? Okay, it has Idris Elba in it.
Oh, it's not the Dark Tower, is it?
It is.
I've not seen that.
Yeah, if you couldn't get it from that quote, I thought, oh God, you mustn't have seen this then. Yeah.
No, I've not seen Dark Tower.
It's I do not aim with my hand. He who aims with his hand has forgotten the face of his father. I aim with my eye. I do not shoot with my hand. He who shoots with his hand has forgotten the face of his father. I shoot with my mind. I do not kill with my gun. He who kills with his gun has forgotten the face of his father. I kill with my heart. So yeah.
Fair. That's cool. Nice.
Right.
What was your version of it?
So my version is I do not aim...
I do not aim with my amp. Yeah.
Yep, I do not aim with my amp.
That kind of fit. Yeah.
I kind of wanted to go with I've forgotten. It's like you've he who has aims with it, has forgotten the face of his Warframe. But I kind of like the last one to be the Warframe. So I went with Man in the Wall, Focus, Void, and Warframe.
Oh, fair.
Yep.
It was good.
So that's it for this week's episode of 10 o'clock. I'm gonna hit that button now.
No, then they can't see my beautiful hand motions.
But do you want me to bring it back? Bring it back? No.
We've come too far. Instead, we get to look at all these beautiful people's names. Look at these people who support Xeno on Patreon. If you would like to support Xeno on Patreon, he would be ecstatic. All the money and funds goes to producing videos, and that's what he uses it for. And it really does help. He uses it to pay for editors so he can produce even more content. So if you're able to, and you would like to, every dollar, this is dollars, dollars. Yeah. Every dollar does help. It really does. So if you could, especially in this trying time, though, if you can't, as Rugal maybe said, just like and subscribe really does help. We're still trying to reach just 1,000 subs. If we can reach 1,000 subs, we don't want any more. Just 1,000 would be brilliant, because then we can link out to artists when we have guests on. That's all we really want. But still, like, share, subscribe, tell people about it, or support Xeno's Patreon if you're able to. Would be amazing. And then you get your name at the end. All these cool people. Hey, why am I not on there?
You don't.
I'm not on that. No, man, there's no picture of me.
Longest end slate ever.
I've been eaten